Today, Lancaster Mennonite will battle it out with Susquehannock in an exciting contest of quick thinking and knowledge. Stay tuned for the action right here on WGAL8 Brainbusters.
From Studio B, this is WGAL8 Brainbusters, celebrating 25 years. Now, here's your host, Rich Rosen.
Well, hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. We could not have asked for any better games than we have had over the past few weeks on our show. I'm hoping to accomplish the same thing today with Lancaster Mennonite versus Susquehannock as we continue meeting teams for the first time. First, I always want to welcome Lancaster Mennonite. They are always welcome here, but it gives me great pleasure to welcome Susquehannock to Brainbusters for the very first time. Now, I know our players are ready to begin, but before we begin the battle, let's take a moment to meet our teams. So first, from Lancaster Mennonite, it's a pleasure to welcome our first alternate is Micah. He is a freshman. Then we have Elliot, our first player. He is a freshman. Next, we have Catherine. She is a freshman, also an alternate. The captain is Tony. He is a senior. And next, right next to Tony, we have Kevin. He is an alternate, and he is a freshman. And finally, the next player is Theo, and he is a sophomore. But right next to Theo is Mr. Matt Spurrier, a longtime coach and fan of Brainbusters, and he is a high school math teacher. Welcome to the Lancaster Mennonite Brainbusters team. And now it gives me great pleasure to welcome for the first time in Studio B and on the Brainbusters show, the team from Susquehannock High School. First, we have Jacob. He is a senior. Right next to Jacob, we welcome Libby, and she is today's alternate. She is a sophomore. The captain is Sam. He is a senior. Right next to Sam is Mr. Matt Amberman. He is the gifted education teacher and a college and career transition coordinator, and of course, the coach for the Brainbusters team. And finally, we have William, and he is a senior. And a warm welcome to the Susquehannock Brainbusters team. Okay, players, pick up your signaling buttons. Let's get to work now, because here comes today's opening round. We have 10-point questions, no penalty for an incorrect response. Tony Curtis and Janet Leigh were well-known Hollywood stars. They are also the parents of this actress known by three names who starred with Lindsay Lohan in the movie Freaky Friday and the newly released, and William.
Jamie Lee Curtis.
Jamie Lee Curtis, and of course in the newly released Freakier Friday, she is Jamie Lee Curtis, and that gets Susquehannock on the board for 10 points. It's smaller than the Earth's moon, about half the width of the United States. What is this former planet? Jacob.
Pluto.
Pluto is correct. Computers work with lots of bits and bytes. How many bits are in a byte? Sam?
1,000?
No, sorry. Tony?
100.
8 is the correct answer. He and his friends live in the 100-acre wood. Who hangs out, William?
Winnie the Pooh.
Winnie the Pooh hangs out with Conga, Tigger, Piglet, and I are good anticipation, and it worked in your favor. According to Celtic legend, his mother was Igraine, his father was Uther Pendragon. Who was this legendary king, Sam?
King Arthur.
King Arthur is the correct answer. Checkpoint Charlie used to be the only way Americans could travel from west to east in this divided city. Sam?
Berlin.
Berlin, the city was reunited in 1990. This three-dimensional curve intersects the surface of a cylinder or cone at a constant angle. DNA is a double one. What is it, Tony?
Helix.
It's a helix for 10 points. The first four notes of his Fifth Symphony are known as Fate Knocking at the Door. Who was this, Tony?
Beethoven.
Beethoven is this German composer. Divide the number of members of the House of Representatives by the number in the Senate to 2 decimal places. What's your quotient, Tony? Oh, sorry. William?
4.4.
No, it's 4.35 is the correct answer. And now, here comes today's audio question. Buzz in when I ask, who's speaking?
My North Star continues to be the good people of Pennsylvania as I'm at the table working through these issues.
Speaking. Jacob.
Barack Obama.
No, sorry. No, you can't buzz in. Any idea? We stumped you on Governor Shapiro. So nobody got 10 points on that answer. To the Romans, this body of water was Sinus Arabicus, the Arabian Gulf. What sea borders Egypt, Sudan, and Ethiopia? Elliot.
The Red Sea.
The Red Sea does, yes. This vitamin is part of your visual pigments. A deficiency causes night blindness. Is it vitamin A, D, E, K, or C? Tony.
D.
No, sorry. William.
Vitamin C.
No, it's vitamin A is the correct answer. The common man is as apt a subject for tragedy as kings were, he said of Willie Loman in Death of a Salesman. Who is this American playwright? Sam.
Arthur Miller.
Arthur Miller is the correct answer. Marcel Duchamp named them. Alexander Calder made them. What are these hanging sculptures that move with currents of air? Sam again.
Wind chimes.
No, not wind chimes. Any idea, Lancaster Mennonite? We stumped you on mobiles. In April 1945, he was shot and then hung by his heels in a public square in Milan. William.
Benito Mussolini.
Benito Mussolini was this ex-duce. Newton called it quantity of motion. What is this product of mass and velocity? Jacob.
Inertia.
No, not inertia, sorry. Lancaster Mennonite, we stumped you on momentum, linear momentum to be exact. On its state seal, you'll find the words sic semper tyrannis, thus always to tyrants. What is the Old Dominion? Elliot.
Virginia.
Virginia's correct answer. In Roman numerals, the letter D stands for 500. If the letter D has a line over it, what is it equal to? We stumped you on 500,000 or $500,000. When it was completed in 1889, the Eiffel Tower became the tallest structure in the world, surpassing this U.S. landmark. What was it? Sam?
The Empire State Building.
No. Sorry, Tony.
The Statue of Liberty.
No, you're both incorrect. It's the Washington Monument. It's a mild red pepper used for stuffing green olives. What is it? Theo.
Pimento.
Pimento. Good for you. Their real success began with the productions of HMS Pinafore and the Pirates of Penzance. Who were these musical partners? Nobody in musicals here you would know. Gilbert and Sullivan. Mark Twain. Ooh, we won't get to that question. Any more questions in that round? Wow, we have a great game going 50-70, but everything can change because we're going to pause for a few moments and return to play the one-on-one rapid fire and 60-second team lightning rounds. So please stay with us.
WGAL8 Brainbusters will return after this. Participants on WGAL8 Brainbusters each receive this mini notebook and stylus pen, and the top 4 winning teams will share grants totaling $10,000. So good luck, teams. Now back to your host, Rich Rosen.
Well, hello, everybody, and welcome back. What a terrific tournament this is turning out to be because we have such great competitors. Like today, Lancaster Mennonite and Susquehannock. They are doing tremendously well, 50-70, but they're ready to continue our match because right now, the spotlight shifts to individuals. Here comes today's one-on-one rapid fire round. One student from each team goes head-to-head. Let's meet our first competitors. First, Elliot, pleasure to have you here. Thanks for coming to WGAL8 Brainbusters. So here's our question we'd like to ask you. What do you hope to accomplish in the next 5 years?
I hope to finish high school, and then I would like to do some traveling, both in the U.S. and internationally.
Well, it sounds like you're on the right path. Thanks for sharing. Jacob, first time here. You did very well in that first round to play. What do you hope to accomplish in the next 5 years?
Graduate high school, go to college. Yeah.
And you're obviously in the midst of starting to apply and get ready. Have any favorites? Have any top choices?
I'm looking at Lehigh, Lafayette.
Excellent. Okay, so staying in Pennsylvania. Okay, well, Jacob, Elliot, stay right here because we're going to put you two one-on-one. In the normal human eye, rays of light produce images on the retina. Images formed in front of the retina produce this condition, sometimes called myopia. Jacob?
Blindness.
No, not blindness, no. Elliot, any idea? Well, obviously none of you are suffering from nearsightedness. Only 3 movies of this traditional genre have won the Academy Award for Best Picture. This 1992 Clint Eastwood film, Unforgiven.
Western.
Western. is good for you. Good anticipation, and that worked in your favor. And finally, most colonial empires are gone, but some European countries still hold colonies. What European country owns the Caribbean islands of Aruba, Curacao, Jacob again?
The Netherlands.
The Netherlands, St. Martin, Bonaire, Saba, and Eustatius. You are correct. Good for you. 20 points came your way. Now let's meet our two captains. First, welcome back, Tony, a senior. What do you hope to accomplish in the next 5 years?
I would like to study violin performance in college and actively perform.
Well, that is a goal worth celebrating. Go for it. Thanks for sharing. Wow. Sam, what about you? First time here. Thanks for coming. What do you hope to accomplish in the next 5 years?
Like Jacob, I hope to definitely graduate high school and go on to college where I want to study economics and history.
And you hope to graduate college as well.
Hopefully, if everything goes right.
Well, you've got the drive. Keep it going. Keep it going right now, Tony and Sam, as we put you two one-on-one. Technically, it's a domesticated pig that weighs more than 120 pounds. Mechanically, it's a large motorcycle, especially a Harley Davidson. Metaphorically, it's a greedy, grabby person. What is this Tony?
Hog.
Hog is this 3-letter word. Good for you for 10 points. Out of the cradle, endless rocking, I sing the body electric, and Song of Myself are some of the 400 poems in the final edition of Walt Whitman's great collection. What is it called, Tony?
Leaves of Grass.
It is called Leaves of Grass. You are correct again. And finally, the Romans called this part of Britain Caledonia. What do we call it today? Tony?
Scotland.
We do call it Scotland. Good for you. You dominated all 3 of those questions. Look at those scores, 80-90. And let's meet our final players in today's match. First, Theo, thanks for coming. Nice to have you here. You are a sophomore, so what do you hope to accomplish in the next 5 years?
In the next 5 years, I hope to graduate and go to college for something in the sciences.
In the sciences. Okay, maybe go into the medical field, perhaps. That would be good, too. William, what about you? What do you hope to accomplish in the next 5 years?
I hope to graduate college and study and major in history.
And become maybe a professor? Or return to Susquehannock and teach?
Possibly, you never know.
Possibly as well. You never know. William, Theo, let's put you two one-on-one. It's a combination of a violently reactive alkali metal and a poisonous noble gas. And you eat it every day. What is sodium chloride? William.
Table salt.
It's table salt, yes. What small geometric object would be created by a graph of the following equation? X squared plus y squared equals 0. Theo.
Circle.
Not a circle, no, sorry. William. And we stumped you on a point is the correct answer. 4 U.S. presidents, including George Bush, have last names that are only 4 letters long. Which of the other 3 was the first to become president under the provisions of the 25th Amendment to the Constitution? I was alive, and it was Gerald Ford is the correct answer. 80-100. Let's pick up the pace now and play today's 6-second team lightning round. Tony, your team is behind at this point, but only by 20 points, so you have the privilege of selecting first among these 3 quizzes. We have Much Ado About Numbers, My Country, Twos of Thee, and Tom, Dick, and Harry.
We'll take the second one, please.
My Country, Twos of Thee? Is that correct? My Country, Twos of Thee. Now, most countries have names that are only 1 word long. France and China, for example. For 10 points each, identify these countries whose familiar names are 2 words long. Tony, I take your answer as the team's answer. Elliot and Theo are ready to help you along. 60 seconds on the clock, which will begin after I finish reading the first question. So good luck to all 3 of you, and here we go. It lies north of South Korea.
North Korea.
That is correct. In Africa, this country lies farthest south.
South Africa.
Correct. It consists of Northern Ireland and Great Britain.
UK.
UK or United Kingdom. Yes, its capital is San Salvador.
El Salvador.
El Salvador, yes, it lies between the Red Sea and the Arabian Gulf.
Saudi Arabia.
That is correct. The only country that borders Haiti, they're on the same island.
Dominican Republic.
That is correct. This tiny state was created by the Lateran Treaty of 1924 with Italy.
Vatican City.
That is correct. The country once known as Ceylon.
Sri Lanka.
Sri Lanka.
Sri Lanka, yes, it's the most serene republic, completely surrounded by Italy.
San Marino.
San Marino is correct answer. This Central American country has 2 rich coasts on the Pacific and Caribbean.
Guatemala.
Costa Rica, either one of the African countries with the word Guinea in its name.
Equatorial Guinea.
That is correct. It borders Germany, Slovakia, Austria, and Poland.
Czech Republic.
That is correct. Abel Tasman discovered and named this country in 1642. New Zealand, yes. This country was once known as Upper Volta. Burkina Faso. Well done. Somebody knows their geography, and I think you gave credit to Elliot. We had a total of 12 correct. 120 points came your way. Good for you. Okay, Sam, William, Jacob, that puts you on edge with the 2 remaining quizzes. We have Much Ado About Numbers and Tom, Dick, and Harry.
Much Ado About Numbers.
Much ado about numbers. All of the following answers are numbers. Without too much ado, just count them out for 10 points each. Sam, I take your answer as the team's answer. Jacob and William are ready to help you along. 60 seconds on the clock, which will begin after I finish reading the first question. Good luck, and here we go. The number of branches of the federal government of the United States. 3 is correct. The number of wonders of the ancient world. 7. No ring in. The number of Great Lakes.
5.
5 is correct. According to the title, the number of Arabian Nights on which stories were told.
101.
1,001, the number of days in a fortnight, or pounds in a stone.
14.
14 is correct. According to Clement Moore's poem, the number of Santa's reindeer.
12.
8, the number of major human blood types.
4.
8, the number of basic styles of ancient Greek columns.
3.
3 is correct. The number of trips completed by the Titanic before she sank.
0.
0, the number of King Lear's daughters in Shakespeare's play.
7.
3, the number of hills on which ancient Rome was built.
7.
7 is correct. The number of U.S. states whose names begin with new.
5.
4, the number of stars in the constellation of the Big Dipper.
5.
7, the number of noble truths in Buddhism.
That's 7.
4, the number of major islands in Japan.
3.
4, the number of countries in the Security Council of the United Nations.
108.
15 in the Permanent Council, a little stumbling, but they came up with 7 correct, so 70 points came your way. 200 to 170. Boy, the lightning round really shook things up here. The current scores are 200 to 170. But now it's time to reveal today's bonus Brainbuster category. Our teams will place their wagers from 0 to 25 points based on their knowledge of Canadian geography, our northern neighbor. Well, we'll present the bonus Brainbuster and then dive right into the final frenzy when WGAL8 Brainbuster continues following these messages.
Watch all this season's episodes of WGAL8 Brainbusters anytime on WGAL.com. Our online home also includes our tournament schedule and a chance to learn more about the show and host Rich Rosen. Scan the QR code with your phone or go to WGAL.com and click on Brainbusters.
Well, hi, everybody. We are back. Thanks for staying with us. You are just in time because here comes today's bonus Brainbuster. Now, during the break, our teams wagered anywhere between 0 and 25 points based on their knowledge of Canadian geography. Now, here's Lori Burkholder in the News 8 newsroom with today's question. Lori.
Thanks, Rich. Now here's your bonus Brainbuster question. Often called the prairies for their vast fertile plains, this distinct region of Canada includes the provinces of Manitoba and Saskatchewan. What's the third and westernmost of these 3 prairie provinces? Again, often called the prairies for their vast fertile plains, this distinct region of Canada includes the provinces of Manitoba and Saskatchewan. What's the third and westernmost of these 3 prairie provinces? Good luck with your answer. Now back to you in Studio B. Rich?
Thank you, Lori. Good luck, teams. We'll give you about 5 seconds. Okay. Guess Elliot was the scribe for Lancaster Mennonite, we noticed. All right, Tony, we make sure all the pens are closed. Tony, we always start with this side of the set. If you can please show us what you wrote down. Alberta is absolutely correct. Home to the majestic Canadian Rockies and Banff National Park. Good for you. 25 points added to your score. Sam, did you come up with Alberta? Alberta, 20 points, a little bit more conservative, but no doubt that still keeps the game very competitive. 225 to 190. Okay, who's going to return for round 2? Well, we're going to find out right now because here comes today's final frenzy. Pick up those signaling buttons and use them frequently. It's a collection of 244 imaginary epitaphs in which the dead of a Midwestern town tell the truth about themselves. What is Edgar Lee Masters' most popular work? It's called Spoon River Anthology. In 1910, Cape Colony, Transvaal, and the Orange Free State were united as a British Dominion. Today it's a republic. What country is it, Jacob?
South Africa.
South Africa's correct for 20 points. It's M1, the very first item in the Messier catalog of celestial objects. What is this nebula in the constellation Taurus? It's the Crab Nebula. He was the first U.S. president to be awarded a Nobel Peace Prize after he helped negotiate...
Jimmy Carter. Jimmy Carter?
No, sorry. After he helped negotiate the 1905 treaty, which ended the Russo-Japanese War. Elliot.
McKinley?
No, it's Teddy Roosevelt. They can grow to 5 feet long and weigh 100 pounds and are found in deep waters off the Mexican coast. What are these cephalopods with 8 arms and 2 tentacles and really big beaks, Tony?
Octopod?
No, sorry. Any idea? William.
Squid.
Squid is correct answer. It has the highest standard of living of any country in Asia. What is this country at the southern tip of the Malay Peninsula, Jacob?
Singapore.
Singapore's correct. His music was almost forgotten until Mendelssohn conducted his St. Matthew Passion. Tony.
Bach.
Bach is the correct answer. Gestures, dances, and songs are performed in a very stylized manner in this ancient Japanese drama. What is it called? William.
Kabuki.
Kabuki, yes. On this scale, force 0 is calm wind and force 12 is a hurricane. What is this measure of wind speed, Elliot?
Saffir-Simpson?
No, sorry. Any idea? We stumped you on the Beaufort scale. The artists Bellini, Giorgione, and Titian all painted in this Italian city. Which one? Sam?
Florence?
Not Florence, no. Tony?
Venice.
Venice is the correct answer, yes. At even multiples of pi over 2, it's 0. At odd multiples of pi over 2, it's undefined. What is this basic function of trigonometry? Jacob?
Cosine.
Not a cosine, no. Theo?
Sine.
Tangent is the correct answer. His empire stretched from Gaul in the west to the Black Sea in the east. Who was the scourge of God in the mid-5th century? Elliot?
Charlemagne?
No, sorry. Attila the Hun. This play by George Bernard Shaw features Professor Henry Higgins and the Cockney flower girl Eliza Doolittle. What play became the musical My Fair Lady? Elliot.
Pygmalion.
Pygmalion is correct. He secured the Suez Canal for England and made India part of the empire. Who was this Prime Minister, Queen Victoria's favorite? And that was Benjamin Disraeli. The 3 basic laws of this science are segregation, dominance, and independent association. What is the study of heredity? Elliot.
Genetics.
Genetics is correct. It literally means the place of all demons and describes a state of utter confusion. What is this Greek and English word? Jacob.
Chaos.
Not chaos? No, good guess though, sorry. We stumped you on pandemonium, the bait, the flea, the ecstasy, the canonization. What 17th century English poet wrote these poems? And that was John Donne in 1933 when Dorothy Parker heard that the president was dead. She asked, how could they tell? Who was this notoriously reserved chief executive? Sam.
Teddy Roosevelt?
Not he, no. 1933, it was Silent Calvin Coolidge. In 323 BC, he invaded the Punjab, then marched south to the mouth of the Indus River, but nowhere in the vast literature of India is he mentioned. What Macedonian king and general mates...
Alexander the Great.
Alexander the Great made such little impression. Founded by Lao Tzu, this religion emphasizes simplicity, patience, contentment. Sam?
Taoism?
Taoism is correct. In early 1990, the Tokyo stock market began to collapse that wiped out half of the value of the stock index. What is the Tokyo counterpart to the Dow Jones? And that's the Nikkei. Othello is the title character of Shakespeare's play, but this character in the play has more lines. Who is the villain in Othello? And that's Iago. This British author was the first woman to make a gift to Harvard, so they named a college for her. Who was she? Now we stumped you on Ad Radcliffe. Ad Radcliffe was Harvard's sister college. From the Greek word for pleasure, it's the philosophy that teaches that pleasure is the greatest good. What is it? Hedonism is the correct answer. It's the largest city in the United States by area, larger than Rhode Island and Delaware combined. What is this Alaskan city 100 miles south of Juneau? Elliot?
Anchorage.
No, sorry, incorrect. Guys, we stumped you on Sitka. Christopher Columbus discovered this Caribbean island on Sunday, November 3rd, 1493. So he
Puerto Rico?
No. So he named it in Latin for Sunday, and that was Domenico. Well, that sound takes us to the end of the round. Congratulations to Lancaster Mennonite. They are going to return for round 2, but we hope to see you in just a few short moments, so don't go away.
Welcome back to WGAL8 Brainbusters, the Susquehanna Valley's longest-running high school quiz show, celebrating 25 years. Once again, here's your host, Rich Rosen.
Well, hi, everybody. What an incredible game. Thanks to both of our teams for an outstanding performance. Congratulations to Lancaster Mennonite. They are returning for round 2. They will be making a second appearance. We say goodbye, of course, to Susquehanna and hope that they had as much fun and enjoyed their experience here as much as we enjoyed their presence. Coming up on the next WGAL8 Brainbusters, it's Elizabethtown versus Ephrata. We're expecting a great competition. Remember, curiosity fuels the mind, so keep exploring. So long for now.